What if the money you've been counting on doesn't show up when you expect it? What happens when the calendar shifts, but no one tells you? David here, and I'm about to walk you through something that could catch millions off guard, unless they know what to look for. Now, ask yourself this: could just 2 digits, yes, the last 2 digits of something you've had your entire adult life, quietly decide when your pension money shows up in your bank account? And could that very thing be changing, starting this week? This isn't a rumor. It's not speculation. It's a confirmed update directly from the Department for Work and Pensions. But here's the strange part: while it affects every single pensioner receiving the state pension, hardly anyone's talking about it. Why now? Why this change? And most importantly, what does it mean for your next payment? Let's think about it for a moment. If your bills are set to go out automatically, and your income shows up later than usual, even by a day or two, what kind of problems could that cause? And if you're one of the millions depending on that payment, how do you make sure you're not left in the dark? That's exactly why this video matters. Because while most people are going about their normal week, a quiet change is already rolling into place, and by the time many realize it, their money might already be delayed. Or worse, they might think it's missing altogether. And here's the kicker: this new system doesn't affect everyone the same way. Some could actually get paid earlier. Others might not notice a thing, until something doesn't add up. So how do you know where you stand? What's being updated? Who's at risk of delays? And what's the one thing you must check before your next pension day? I'll answer all of that, and more, in just a moment. But first, make sure you hit that button and stay with me. You don't want to miss the details that could protect your payment and your peace of mind. Because once this change kicks in, there's no turning back. The Department for Work and Pensions has officially confirmed a change that is quietly reshaping how millions of pensioners in the UK will receive their state pension starting from April 17th. What makes this update especially important is not just the timing but how it impacts the lives of so many individuals who depend on this income for everyday needs. The change centers around the specific day of the week that your state pension lands in your account, and it's now being tied more directly to the final digits of your national insurance number, but with a newly adjusted schedule. While this might seem like a minor administrative change on the surface, the reality is that for pensioners living on fixed incomes or tight financial schedules, even a one-day shift can cause confusion, delays in bill payments, or even overdrafts and penalty charges. And unfortunately, not everyone is aware this change is happening. For years, the state pension system has operated on a set rhythm, with payments arriving on consistent weekdays based on long-standing patterns. However, with ongoing pressures to modernize systems and better align payments with banking and public holiday schedules, the DWP has made the decision to redistribute the days on which pension payments are issued. The aim is to improve efficiency and reduce the number of delays that have historically occurred around bank holidays and weekends, which are well known to disrupt processing times. Under the new system, people whose national insurance numbers end in 00 to 19 will now typically receive their pension on a Tuesday. Those with numbers ending in 20 to 39 will receive theirs on Wednesday, 40 to 59 on Thursday, and those from 60 to 99 will now be paid on Friday. That might seem straightforward, but it's only part of the equation. Where things start to get tricky is when you factor in the way different banks process payments. Some traditional high street banks like Barclays, NatWest, HSBC, and Lloyds are known for early processing. This means that your payment could arrive in your account the evening before the official payment date. On the other hand, online banks or building societies may not clear payments until later in the day, or even the following day. Because of these discrepancies, the DWP has issued a 48-hour buffer window around expected payment dates. In plain terms, pensioners are now being told to wait up to 2 full working days before reporting a missing payment. While this is intended to account for processing differences and prevent premature reporting, it can understandably cause concern, especially for those who rely on that income to meet direct debit schedules or to cover basic necessities. Another key element of this rollout is communication. The DWP has begun sending letters and SMS notifications to pension recipients, but as is often the case with large government changes, not everyone has received them. In fact, some pensioners may not be aware that anything is changing at all until their payment shows up on a different day, or doesn't show up when expected. That's why this message is so important. If you're watching this video, you're already ahead of the curve because you're taking the time to stay informed and protect yourself from surprises. Being proactive now can prevent a lot of stress later on. It's also important to consider the bigger picture. This change is not happening in isolation. It's part of a broader modernization effort by the DWP and HM Treasury aimed at streamlining benefits, improving accuracy, and aligning payment systems across multiple services. For example, the new pension payment schedule better matches the cycles of universal credit and pension credit payments. This helps reduce the chances of administrative errors and simplifies financial planning for people who receive more than one type of benefit. By syncing these systems, the government aims to make it easier for recipients to understand their overall financial picture, which is especially valuable as more people turn to digital tools and online banking. As of April 2025, we're also seeing an increase in the state pension rates. Thanks to the triple lock guarantee, which ties pension increases to the highest of inflation, wage growth, or 2.5%, the full new state pension has risen to £221.20 per week, and the full basic state pension has gone up to £169.50 per week. That's an increase of more than £900 per year for many recipients. These boosts are critical for maintaining purchasing power in the face of rising living costs, especially food, energy, and healthcare. But they also make it more vital than ever that the money arrives reliably, on time, and without errors. So, what should you be doing right now to make sure you're not caught off guard? First, take a moment to check your national insurance number. You can find this on your national insurance card, payslips, or correspondence from HMRC or the DWP. Once you have those final 2 digits, match them with the new schedule. If your number ends in, say, 24, you'll now be paid on Wednesdays. If it ends in 68, your new payday is Friday. Knowing your new day in advance lets you adjust your budget, especially if your direct debits or standing orders are based on your old schedule. It might be worth contacting your bank or service providers to ensure your bills are processed with enough cushion in case your pension arrives slightly earlier or later than before. Next, make sure the DWP has your up-to-date contact information. If you've moved house, changed your mobile number, or switched email accounts recently, there's a chance you've missed a notification. Call or log into your pension account online to check and update your details. This is a small step, but one that ensures you're in the loop for any future announcements or verification requests. Especially with rising scams targeting pensioners, keeping your records accurate helps the DWP verify your identity if there's ever an issue with your payment. Speaking of scams, it's worth noting that whenever changes like this occur, opportunistic scammers often try to take advantage of the confusion. Be cautious of emails, texts, or phone calls claiming to be from the DWP, especially if they ask for your personal or banking information. The DWP will never ask you to confirm sensitive data via text or over the phone. If in doubt, always contact them directly through official channels. With millions of pensioners involved, fraud prevention becomes even more crucial during a transition period like this. Now let's talk about those who receive additional benefits alongside their state pension, such as pension credit, disability benefits, or winter fuel payments. These are often processed on a similar schedule to the main pension. A change in your pension payment day may also affect when you receive these additional benefits. For example, if your pension is delayed, your pension credit may be delayed too. That's why it's vital to monitor your bank account closely in the days before and after your usual payment date. If you notice something missing after the 48-hour buffer window, contact the pension service directly by phone or online. Keep in mind that with this update rolling out to millions of people, phone lines may be busier than usual, so some patience may be needed. To help ease the transition, the DWP has launched an online tool where you can input your national insurance number and see your new expected payment date. This tool is hosted on the official government website, gov.uk, and is updated daily to reflect any known regional delays or banking issues. This is a valuable resource not just for pensioners, but also for carers and family members helping older relatives manage their finances. If you assist someone who receives the state pension, maybe an elderly parent, a grandparent, or even a neighbor, this is a great time to check in with them. Make sure they're aware of the change and help them find their new payment date. Sometimes, a simple conversation can prevent unnecessary worry or confusion. One final consideration is around automatic payments. Many pensioners set up direct debits for rent, council tax, utilities, or even prescriptions. If you're one of them, double-check the timing of these outgoing payments against your new pension deposit schedule. It may be wise to allow a little more breathing room in your account, at least until the new system proves itself reliable. Overdrafts, return payments, and late fees are not only stressful but can chip away at your hard-earned pension income. Planning ahead gives you peace of mind and financial stability. All in all, while this update from the DWP may seem small in theory, in practice it has the potential to affect the everyday lives of millions. But here's the good news: by staying informed, checking your payment day, confirming your contact info, and using the online tools available, you can ensure that your payments continue without interruption. These kinds of changes are never without a few bumps in the road, but with awareness and a bit of planning, the transition can be smooth for you and your loved ones. And remember, if you ever have doubts or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out to the official pension service. Avoid relying on hearsay or unverified sources. David here, and my job is to bring you accurate, up-to-date information that empowers you to make confident decisions about your retirement. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with someone else who needs to hear this, and subscribe to stay on top of the changes affecting your future. Stay safe, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video with more updates you can trust.